Hello, we want to really thank you for your love that was shown to us during the first video that we posted on this channel. Kindly feel free to subscribe to our channel. The channel is called Sin. Why Sin? It stands for the word start now. It's a phrase that we have coined out of SIM. Please start now. Start the retirement planning now. And today we're going to be talking about retirement pots. My name is Olufunke. Thank you for joining. I want to find out when you hear the word retirement pot, what comes to mind? Just like a pot of soup. I'm a woman, so it's easy for me to relate because we tend to cook every time, every now and then. For men, they tend to eat the food every now and then. It's not a problem. It's the fact that I want us to look at our lives, our retirement, as trying to cook, make a pot of soup. What's your favorite pot of soup? Mine is called mixed okra. My daughter calls it mixed okra. Mixed okra. Um, I'm from the western part of Nigeria, so we call it ilasepo. Is that okra soup that when you want to make, you have all the condiments, your protein, different kind of proteins, everything is inside. For every bite you take, it's yummy. Everything is fighting for attention. I want you to see your retirement plan like that. However, in a simple form, retirement plan is that pot where you have your savings, your pension, your side hustle, everything that will give you comfort after retirement. So today, I want to ask you, what does your retirement pot looks like? Think about it for a second. Do you have everything that you need to retire that will make your life comfortable after you're not in active business any longer? Nevertheless, I would start by defining retirement pots again, and I will let you know how to prepare for this. A retirement pot is a total savings, investment, and assets you rely on after retiring to ensure a comfortable retirement. I guess you got that. And what are the things that comes out to you easily? Savings, investment, assets. Savings, investment, assets. So, under your savings, you have your pension funds, which is your contribution pension that you have. If you're working, you make your percentage and your employer brings in a percentage. I think today is 7.5 of your income, your monthly income. The company brings 7.5. You also make a contribution of 7.5. You can also have a voluntary contribution. You can approach your pension managers and say you want to be contributing into this pension fund voluntarily. It can be more than the 7.5%. I believe you can do whatever percent you think is convenient for you. Just set a standing instruction on your account and it just goes into the account monthly without you blinking an eye. Another thing is annuity plan. This you can get from insurance companies in Nigeria. Now, we've spoken about savings and we covered your pension savings. When I spoke about you having an RSA account, a retirement savings account with a pension funds where you you do a 7.5% contribution and your employer makes a 7.5% contribution. I spoke about voluntary savings into that pension fund, voluntary contribution plan. You save VC, you save into that pension fund by yourself. You make that contribution by yourself. That's why it's called voluntary. For me, you just set a standing instruction on your account that allows you to do that. And the last one is annuity. All these are under savings. You get your annuity from insurance companies. Now, having spoken about savings, we'll go to the word investment. Everything that you have saved, what do you want to do with it? For investment, I'll be covering investment and passive income. Because if you have investment, it automatically gives you a passive income. What is passive income? These are incomes that you get without really being active. So you get them from your investments. And these investments, we can say you invest in real estate, you invest in stocks and bonds, mutual funds, agribusiness. All of these um, pointers, I will take out time in one of these um, series to dive into it and, where possible, bring somebody that could give us a broader view. When I say real estate, you have saved. You started from savings, those savings that you have done, that you have in your account, not the pension one right now, but you have a savings account. You can invest in real estate, buy that land, invest in that house. You can also buy stocks and bonds. Today in Nigeria, CBN is doing treasury bills, and there are bonds that you can buy for as little as 5,000 naira. And there are many stockbrokers. There are many of them. You can comment below if you want me to give you stockbrokers that you can work with, and I would let you have them. There are many stockbrokers that can advise you. And before you invest in that stock, please do your due diligence. Read, research before you buy any share. That share you want to buy, understand what the company is doing. Look at their trajectory, look at their financials. That will let you know what you're investing into. Mutual funds. They are low risk option of your form of for you to grow money. This is a collective fund by various individuals, many people. You put that money into, I'll refer to it to a pot, not your retirement pot now, but a mutual pot where a stockbroker, an asset management company would help you invest this money into different classes of assets. And those classes of assets can also be shares, bond, and they give you your your they'll give you the returns after a specific period. Agribusiness. We can never go wrong with agribusiness in this country. We have fertile lands. So why wait? Think of what you can do. You can export, you can farm, you can invest in agri-tech. Don't just keep those money there. Look for something to do with them so they generate money for you. So you can, while you are still working now, that will be giving you some form of passive income that you will reinvest. This is not the time to get those money and be spending them. I guess you get it. Then you must have an emergency fund. In this same, we're talking about your retirement pot. Let's not deviate. We're still talking about the retirement pot. You must have your emergency fund. In this emergency fund, you have your health insurance. You have at least save, if you're currently working today, you're in an active work, save at least 6 months of your salary, your monthly salary, 6 months. Put it in a high yield interest bearing account so that you can, if you don't have a job today, think about it. If you have invested from where we're coming, you now have another investment which we have called emergency funds, emergency savings. If anything happens, nothing will happen. Nobody waits for evil. But I can bet you, you're secured. And as we grow older, we know our body tells us, our bones, when you're climbing that staircase and your nails is making some sound, it's telling you you're older, mama, you're older, papa. However, start now. Commit that sin now. Start today. I would also go that you have a long-term care plan. It's not something we do in Nigeria, but I think you start thinking about it now. How do I want to live my old age? Something came to my mind when I was thinking about it, and I called it social retirement. Why did I call it social retirement? you should think of how you want to live your life socially when you retire. Because the truth about it is, when you go to work, you meet your colleague, you gist, you play. When you retire, you're on your own. Most times at retirement, all the children are gone. So if you don't have that social capital, you don't keep those friends. Some of us are self-sabotaging. We don't have friends. But I will advise that you keep friends. We don't, it's very important because you will need them at retirement. Don't think that you're an island. A tree never makes a forest. I'm not going to side hustle and business income. All these things, I want you to put it in your retirement box. What are you doing today? Are you in the financial space? Are you in the teaching space? Are you in the health space? There's something you can freelance on. You can consult. Do these things by the side because you can't wait until you are retiring before you start them. Start them now so you have the pitfalls, you know them, and you know how to turn around these things. Don't be deceived. When you retire, there are vultures that are waiting to take your money that you are bringing out, that they've given you in your company. So start something now. So nobody takes that money. Nobody gives you this vague idea that will not materialize. I beg of you, start something by the side now. Start a training. Are you a teacher? You can start a school. Who says you can't? Are you in the financial space? You can consult. You can be a financial planner to high-end individuals. You can advise. Are you, whatever you're doing, you can find something to do by the side. There are a lot of digital products out there. You can sell an ebook. You can do a training program. Put them on all the platforms that can sell those books for you. And by so doing, we go back to where we're coming from. You're creating passive income now that you're still working. Lastly, for your retirement pots, please, 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 and please have an estate plan and a will. Have an estate plan and a will. Get a trustee. Get your will written. Start writing them now. Put those things in the care of a trustee so that when you're long gone, the people that you left behind, your children, they will not suffer. We have vultures, uncles, and auntie around that will come and take these things from them if you die intestate. Don't let that be your portion. Please. Get a power of attorney. Get somebody to act on your behalf. Choose someone in your family to make financial decisions on your behalf once you're gone. Some people will go into dementia when they become older. Now that you are saying that you can still put something down, you don't know what that retirement holds for you. Nobody has promised you a perfect life. But I can tell you, if you have plans, if you look at that retirement pot now, and you're conscious about it, my dear, you will have a blissful retirement. Get a life insurance. You can never go wrong with the life insurance. Now that you're still active, put that money there. If you're like me, that still have children in school, please get an educational plan. Should also be in that pot. How do you want to live your life after retirement? That pot should tell you. Let me paint a scenario and look at your scenario. Hi, Funke. I want to be able to generate a passive income of 5 million when I retire, which means that excluding whatever my pension company will be giving me, I still want 5 million monthly. It's not too much, okay? Yes, I deserve it as a baby girl, like they say. 5 million naira monthly to cover my expense, to cover whatever I want to do, to pay my driver. So what does that mean? I'll look at my retirement pot and say in this retirement pot, what should be inside now? What should I do? What kind of investment can I do or get involved in? What kind of mutual fund can I get involved in? What kind of side hustle can I do? That when I retire, even before I retire, is already giving me that expected yield that I want to have when I retire. Today, if some of us look at that pot, we have nothing in it. But let me tell you the truth. Commit that sin now. Start now. But you can only commit that sin. You can only start now when you understand what your desires are, when you understand how to get there. Like I said in my first video, I am covering all demograph. If you're just starting your career, you're just starting that business, good for you. You are the one that is young. But the truth is, you must start planning for retirement now. Start putting that money aside. Start thinking of how you want to live your life. What makes you think you can't retire early? You can. You can retire before, I think the retirement age in Nigeria average is 60 years. You can retire before you're 60. You can retire at 40. Because let's paint a picture. You started working at 22. So you want to retire at 40. You have 18 years. And let's also paint this picture that you got the desired job, the job that you really want to do. Maybe we sell plants and they are paying you 3 million monthly. You're 22. You don't have any children. You only have your parents. Yeah. So out of the 3.5, I guess you're even still living with your parents. And you need to get the car right, I understand. But there's Uber for now. So start saving. Take minimum 30%. This is for the 22, the Gen Zs. 30%, save it somewhere. Put it in a savings, a high yield savings. From there, think of an investment. If you start now, get a broker. Start investing in shares. Go to the bank. Start investing in bonds. Lastly, my darling, think of a side hustle. You're still young and energetic. You can start now. So I'm looking at if you're 22 to 25. At 25, 26, I guess you'll be thinking of marriage. But if you have started early by investment, like I said, by putting your money aside, and you're getting married at say 28, and you start working at 22, that's 5 years you have saved for 5 years. Whatever your planning is, if you want to get married, put it in the retirement pot. You see how important that pot is? The kind of wedding you want, put it in that pot. The kind of everyone just think when you hear retirement is when I'm ending my career. No, darling, it's now. Start it now. Look at it now. What is the definition of the kind of life you want to live? It is now. I cannot overemphasize that this thing has to be committed. Let's commit it together. I know you'll be thinking, I want to have fun. That's for the young ones. The older ones, your children are rounding up. They will go and start their life. You're thinking that your retirement plan, right? They will try, but you plan. So look at your retirement pot. What is in there? Are you 45 and you're retiring at 60? You have 15 years to start. So what does that tell you? Evaluate your life. What do you have now? And what can you do with what you have now? And I know somebody might be saying, I had my child at 40, I had my child at 42, so I'm still sending them to school. Yes, all these things, you will put them in that pot. You will start thinking of how to plan. It doesn't matter the time, you can start now. My concern is, and why I started this channel, is to say, come, let's do this together. We cannot but wait until when we have retired to start thinking of what to do and just be relying on pension funds if you do have. So, as we go further, for content like this, please subscribe and ask your question. Share this with your friends that are just starting their life, your friends that are older. It's not too late to start thinking about how your life is going to be when you retire. And the earlier you start, the better. That's the truth. It's never too late to start. So today, for a recap, we spoke about the retirement pot. What a retirement pot is, what is expected to be in that pot, how you should view that pot, and how you should continue to make sure that pot is healthy. You have all the protein inside, but more is not protein. Let nobody deceive you. But the healthy proteins, the prawns, you know, the snails, things that will better your life. So when it comes to investment, you have your savings, your real estate, your pension funds, your voluntary funds, your passive income, agribusiness. We spoke about them encompassing. Please ask your question and I'll be here to answer. My name is Olufunke. I will see you again.